can understand. No, that is not.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. My name is Kashyap, and I will be the Sergeant in Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 468th meeting of Eloquent Toastmasters Club, Gurgaon. Toastmasters meeting has an MRP, mission, rules, and passion. Mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Rules. Rule number 1, please turn off your mobile phones or put them on silent, not vibrate. So I give you 2 minutes. You can put your phones on silent. Let me do first. I hope everyone's kept their phone on silent. Rule number 2, as Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics in a derogatory manner. Rule number 3, please do not crosstalk. For online audience, please put yourself on mute if you're not speaking. Turn off your video if you're stepping out of the meeting. This would help to avoid distraction for our speakers. Passion. Eloquent is 4th consecutive President Distinguished Club. Salute to the blood and sweat of members and EC who have worked tirelessly to make it happen. Over to you, Presiding Officer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kashyap, for your debutant role as a Sergeant at Arms. And I would request everyone to give a thunderous round of applause for Kashyap. So today's theme, I suppose, like it's inflation and deflation. And I know everybody knows about what inflation is all about. And in this, we may discover some hidden parameters which we didn't generally see. So before starting, I would like to have an introduction from our guest. Like Ridyam, would you like to go first and tell something about yourself? Where are you from and what brought you here today?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Hello, everyone. So my name is Rhythm. I belong to Punjab. So there is a town near Ludhiana. So I belong from there. I have done my engineering and currently I'm working as a data scientist with Fidelity. So I have total of like almost 6 years of experience. Yeah, so in terms of my hobbies or like what I like to do in free time is maybe breaking one of the rule is like I like to talk about politics, but yeah, I'll not do it here over here. Yeah. Other than that, I like traveling. Yeah. So what brought me here is yeah. So one of the things I've always felt is somewhere like in my career low confidence has been hitting my growth. So I just want to build my confidence, being able to present my ideas and thoughts in a more effective way, in a more persuasive way. So yeah, so that is, and also knowing bunch of few other mates. So yeah, so that is what brought me here.
Thank you so much, Ridyam. So next we have Prince.
Hi everyone. So thanks, Sharad. So yeah, my name is Prince Jindal. My roots are from Haryana only. I live in Gurugram at Dwarka Expressway. On personal front, I'm married for last 10 years. I have a 4-year-old toddler. So on the academics, I'm an MBA from Narsi Monji in supply chain management. I work with Agilent Technologies. I'm a procurement professional. So working as a global category manager for the professional services. So what brought me here? So yeah, in my fields, effective communication is very important. And secondly, I love to meet new people. So these are the two basic, things which, brought me here. So I think this is a very good platform to, uh, to make the communication skills more effective and meet new people. So yeah, that is about myself.
Thank you so much, Prince. You both have made a nice step by joining Toastmaster, coming to the Toastmaster. And I know that with this consistency, you can improve your goals like public speaking, getting confidence in speaking, and make new friends as well through networking. So, friends, today we have topic inflation, and I would like to start with saying that Warren Buffett said that I started investing at the age of 11 and I was late. So, if all you are followers of Warren Buffett or ever heard of this name, who is known as the father of investing in this world, and today we are gonna talk about one of the parameter which affects a lot of that. So, let me hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, that is myself, for this. I would start the session not asking you what is inflation about. I know you guys know me better than me, but rather I would ask a puzzle, quick puzzle from all of you. And the rules are simple. You need to answer it within 30 seconds, and whosoever knows the answer, crack the puzzle quickly, get a reward from myself. So you can ready with your notebook or pen if you need it, and yeah, you can arrange one. If anybody knows the answer, please don't say the answer. Instead of text me what the answer is, and if WhatsApp me the answer it so I can to know that who answered it first. Got it? Yes. Yeah. So the puzzle is there are three boxes named which is named mismatched. First is called orange box, second is called apple box, third is called orange and apple mix. Both. Yeah, both. So
Yeah, go ahead.
So you need to answer it. What's the correct fruit in that box just by picking one box, and let me know which box you pick. I'll repeat my puzzle again. You have three boxes. One is named as apple, one is orange, and third is apple and orange both. And this is are the donate the wrong picture like name. When I say orange, it's not been orange in it. So you need to pick any one boxes and tell us what's the correct fruit in that box by just picking only one box. You need to answer it which box you should pick.
We need to explain the thought process also. Why?
Yeah.
Do we need to explain the thought process also? Why?
Yes. But you just answer it. Later on, you can explain the.
We have to choose the correct box.
So
In which there will be fruits.
no, fruit is there in all the box. So you need to pick a box so that you can tell us what's the correct sequence in all the box on the sheet by picking only just one box. So it's
The first box has
apple.
anything, orange or apple. First box has orange. You want it for orange or apple or what? Only one box you want. Then what is there in the first box?
No. We need to know all the things in the all three box by picking just one box.
First box has orange.
So yes, I got so many answers. Those who have answered A, let me tell you first, I have called apple. So correct answers given by Vivanshu. Earliest one is given by Vivanshu. Has a round of applause for him. Can you please explain why so?
Yeah, I saw the box. what people like foods are mixed. So obviously, like it has correct sequence.
So it has correct.
Correct sequence.
Okay, but it's not the case. Anyone else? Okay, somebody else also said it correct. Aryan, you also correct.
So if we choose the boxes which has both marked both the apples and orange. So if we take a look at it, so it will have either apple or orange. So whatever it will have, the other box won't have that. And the third box will have both the.
Correct. Which round of applause for Aryan? That's something for you. So,
Thank you.
would you like to go for another puzzle as well? Okay.
I want that.
Okay. So, are you all ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, in a conference room, there are 100 people. 98 are American, 2 are Indians. 98% are American and 2 are Indians. 1 Indians move out from the conference. Now, in order to get that percentage again, how many Americans should need out? Should we move from the conference to get the same percentage? Time to start.
You want the same percentage, na? Americans have to move out. Basically, to get back the same percentage of Indians in the overall in the conference. Yes. It will be 98 plus 2%. 98 to that.
Ten more seconds. Thanks, sir. So first of all, answer is given by Prince. This is round of applause for Prince. Prince, can you please explain the logic to all the members as well?
So yeah, so basically there were 90 Americans and 2 Indians. So one Indian moved out. It means 50% of the Indians moved out. So in order to keep the ratio same, 50% of the Americans should have to move out. So that's the logic behind it.
Yeah, correct. This round of applause for. I see one more guest is here. Suresh. Okay, he's an emulator, right? So let me quickly describe the section in the today's meeting. We have 3 sections. First of all is the prepared section where we have 2 speeches today, and after that we have a table topic section. It's an impromptu section where guests as well as member can arrive on the stage and give their impromptu speeches. And the third is the evaluation section where the prepared speeches and the table topic sections are evaluated by the general evaluator. Let me call upon the general evaluator for introduction of his tag team as well. So,
Who?
You. Yeah.
Hey,
You just have to say.
I think correct on it.
so Prince, you can collect your gift in the next meeting once you come
So
in person.
now, right?
So here's a lot of
Hi everybody. So I'm the general evaluator for today. So I would be looking into this meeting with a very sharp eye and would make sure that everything goes well in the evaluation. So we have 2 speeches. One is from Bhavesh and one is from Dikshita. They have their respective evaluators in place. I also have my tag team in place, counter and grammarian, and timer as well. So let me introduce them. So Ramesh, our count. Timer. Timer, please come to the stage and introduce yourself.
Hello, dear fellow Toastmasters and the guests. My name is Vansha. Today I will be the timer for today. So we all know that time is valuable and we are here to conclude the meeting on time and respect each other's time. So it is very important to make sure that we are concluding that meeting on the time. So I also have a superpower, but don't worry, I'm not gonna stop the time because I don't have it. But I wish to have. But I will make sure that I keep eyes on the time, like your team leaders, when you are exceeding your breaks. And here I will not speak a lot, but my cards will speak. Can you bring the cards? So today I will not speak a lot, but my cards will speak for me, for you, sorry. So there are three sections in the meeting as told that first one will be the prepared speeches, which will be for 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. Second is the impromptu speeches for 2 to 3 minutes. And the third section will be the speech evaluation. It will be for 2 to 3 minutes? Yes. 2 to 3 minutes. So let's talk about how I'm going to show these cards and how you need to be aware of time. So when I'm showing you the green card, that means you have completed the minimum time frame of the speech. Okay. When I'm showing you the yellow card, that means you are like about to finish the speech you're supposed to. And when I'm showing the red card, it's the color of love, but here it is the color to be stopped, or you need to wrap up your speech. Yes, sir. You will get 30 seconds of grace time. So let's talk about for the prepared speech, the time is 5 to 7 minutes. So I will show you the green card at 5, yellow at 6, and the red is at 7. Okay. Then 30 seconds is the grace time. Okay. And for the impromptu speech, I will show you the green at 2.
1 minute.
1 to 2 minutes.
1 minute.
At 1, and yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red will be at 2. Okay. And for the speech evaluation, okay, so the green will be at 2, yellow will be at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and the red will be at 3. Okay. So with this, at the end of this meeting, I will come with the with my report, which is timer's report, and I will show you the report, like how we worked. Okay. So I would like to say best of luck to all of you, and be on time. Thank you.
Any number of times when we give a speech or when we are trying to speak impromptu, number of times we use the filler words, we use ahs, ums, etc. So these has to be captured so that in our day-to-day conversation, and especially in the speech, we do not use such words and make the speech perfect. Let's nail it by calling Kashyap, who would be the R counter for today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mrinal. Okay, so I guess Toastmaster Mrinal has already explained what is the role of an R counter. So thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. My job as an R counter today would be, my job is to hear out words, these small little words and sounds we often make without even realizing, like so, but, actually, basically, and well. I'll also note these repeated words like I, you mean, or the classic, you know. Note it, we all do it. Even the best seasoned speakers have their moments. But let me give you a small trick. When in doubt, just pause. So think of me as the friendly word spotter. I'm not here to judge, but just to help us out to be confident and clear. So at the end of the meeting, I will let you know how we did it. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Let me call on the stage the grammarian, especially during the speech. If the grammar is not correct, generally the speech goes haywire. So let us understand from the grammarian as to what would be his role, and let's understand from the grammarian. Thank you. Thank you, Arvind.
Thank you, General Director. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests who join us today. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to listen to all the speakers, and while listening carefully about the proper uses of language. I'll be also listening to the improper uses of language as well as some outstanding words or quotes or chords or thoughts they have said. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to tell you about the word of the day that I have chosen. The word of the day that I have chosen is beatified. It means to show great joy and peace. An example of this would be members of Eloquent Toastmaster Club have a beatific smile. So moving on, I also need to tell you about the phrase of the day. The phrase of the day that I've chosen is played by the ear. Played by the ear means to do something as things unfold, not preparing for them in advance. An example of this would be navigating the life. Navigating life sometimes requires playing it by the ear. Yeah. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. Each speaker is encouraged to word of the day, and I request everyone. So whenever the word is used, please give us a thumbs up for as the acknowledgement. Thank you. And at the end of the meeting, I'll be called upon to give my grammarian's report. So yeah, that will be all. Thank you.
So let's start this meeting and let's make sure that we use these words in our speech, in our table topic impromptu speaking, and make sure that we are on time and make the best use of this meeting. Thank you. Let's learn together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, General Evaluator, today for taking this role at the end moment and explaining so well to your tech team as well. And I can see that today's tech team is also quite new. So all the best to them. And now we start with our theme of the day, that is inflation. And I know everybody knows about it, but anybody would like to answer it? What is all about inflation in very layman term, so that if there is one who is not from technical background, can understand it as well. Yes, please.
Yeah, I would like to try. So basically, when inflation rises, the prices also gets high, and basically affecting all the civilian population, or basically the consumers.
Correct. You are saying something.
Spike in prices.
Prices. You want to say something? Prices. Exactly. So when prices go high, inflation means goes high. But what is inflation is all about? Like prices can go high, so with so many of reasons. But this is basically because of demand and supply. When we have less supply, more demand, price goes higher. And in another term, inflation also called as the money of supply. So anybody can tell me what that means, money of supply? How money of supply tends to rise in inflation?
This money of supply, the total amount of money in the economy.
Yeah, like printing more money.
How does that lead to?
Yes.
The more money will be printed, the more inflation will be.
Yes. Everybody on this? Yes. Let me put up an example so that you can more understanding of it. Suppose we have a large pizza over here, and it has suppose 8 slices, and consider it as the economy of India. And if we are printing more money, then we are not increasing the base of the pizza. We are increasing the number of slices. By printing more, we are cutting more slices. So if we are getting 1 slices, now we are getting 2 slices, but the amount is same. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Sir. Okay. So there are some things as well as which are hidden, like we see Maggi, 2-minute noodles are still coming in the price of 10 rupees. Then how is it possible? Correct. That is called the shrinkable inflation, which we don't see it. It's hidden. So what the companies do, these are very smart corporates running all over in the world. They just reduce the quantity from this much to this much, this much. They keep on reducing it, and we things like the price is still same, and we are in the trap, and we don't realize it how it's hitting you hard. I'll tell you my example how hard it hits to me. 3 years back, my living expenses are suppose at X number. Now within 3 years, it's now twice. So I think it's experienced by you or as well, like after the COVID era, how prices gone rise up. So within 3 years, if something gone double, then can you tell me how much would be the inflation? If suppose you have 100 rupees and within 3 years it's gone to 100 rupees, then how much rise in it in terms of percentage?
33.3.
No,
100%.
no,
66.66%.
no. So it need to be a like inflation percentage, like it should be increasing every year.
A compound.
Yes, yeah.
27%.
Very near about rhythm. It's 26% to be precise. So it is round of applause rhythm. I'm talking about this percentage a lot because this is a term of terminology considered in a percentage only. So if you see the current inflation rate in India, anybody know what is the current inflation rate in India?
Somewhere around 7 point something.
Yeah.
About 6 to 7.
Yes, it's 7%, but currently it's 5.9, the exact March number. So we can consider it as 6%. So this is 6%, what government says to us. But what is exactly happening, we all know it. So anybody, if you see it, the inflation in healthcare sector, it's about to be 14%. And I'm not joking, it's Google says this. If you see the inflation in education, it is about 14% again. So these things are there, like we cannot include ourselves on the in the same view which all over India is looking at, because we are living in a NCR region and cost here is different. Whatever is the cost in the tier 3, tier 4 cities. I think you all are agree with this.
Yes.
Correct. So with this, I would like to start the first session of our meeting, that is prepared speech section. And for this, I would like to call upon the first speaker of the day, who is a HR by profession and a pragmatic poet by nature. And before calling him, let me call his evaluator. And his evaluator is today guest of our Toastmaster Suresh. Toastmaster Suresh, would you please explain the objective and purpose of
Thank you so much, Timod, for handing me the stage. And at the outset, I will like to congratulate Toastmaster Bhavesh for taking up a new journey to start with his level 3 project 1, and it's about the path is effective coaching. This particular project is about reaching consensus, and there are 2 projects in this, and today Toastmaster Bhavesh is going to speak on project 1, that is reaching consensus. The purpose of this particular path is to evaluate the ability of Toastmaster Bhavesh to lead a group in a consensus building exercise. Timer, please note that this speech will be around 20 minutes time, and Toastmaster Bhavesh, in case is not able to make this group into a consensus, then he may also go for 2 to 3 minutes to share his experience that how he led the group. So that's one thing. And I will be evaluating Toastmaster Bhavesh on the parameter like his leadership in this particular path, during how well he is able to guide the group through the consensus, facilitation skills like listening skills, acknowledging the diverse perspective, managing conflict, and increasing participation. Number 3 is the time, that whether Toastmaster Bhavesh is able to deliver the talk within the stipulated time, that is 20 minutes. And the last and the foremost thing, that whether the speaker could engage and keep the group motivated and increasing during the discussion. So with that, I give stage back to Timod, and maybe I can, share my evaluation whenever I ask for. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Suresh, for explaining the purpose of the speech. Just one note that timer, please note the speech will be 5 to 7 minutes only. And with this, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Bhavesh. So, Toastmaster Bhavesh, the great HR showdown. No. The great HR showdown. No. Toastmaster Bhavesh.
No compromise.
No compromise.
Thank you so much. I actually just wanted to call this out to Toastmaster Suresh. So if you can actually look at my form, there is an option 2 of the same project which I will be attempting. So just actually evaluate me on the basis of like option 2 and not option 1. The option 2 is actually of having a speech of 5 to 7 minutes, and option 1 was of 20 minutes, which I'm not attempting. Right?
Please resubmit.
Yeah, it will be from 5 to 7 minutes. Very good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, one and all, everyone, Homo sapiens. Diversity of mankind leads to diversity of perspectives, diversity of thoughts, diversity of ideas, diversity of conflicts, perhaps. Anyways, have you all ever been in a room full of brilliant people, each with their own brilliant set of ideas, yet completely different from each other? I'm sure you all must have been. Let me take you to a very special day of my life as an HR professional of Expedia Group, where we were actually given this momentous task of organizing a bulk hiring event. Sounds simple, right? Oh, how wrong you are. We had recruiters, sourcers, hiring managers, interviewers, armed with their own brilliant set of ideas, yet completely different from each other on how they would like to handle the hiring. We had one side speaking about, let's just quickly send out the interview email invites to the candidates just after the shortlisting of the candidates. We had the other side who just wanted to wait for a couple of days just to be polite, as if the candidates cannot smell the desperation for answers. And let's not forget the epic battle of whether or not we should be preparing the candidates before the interview or not. One side said, let's prepare them. It's fantastic if they're actually ready. The other side argued, let's just put them into the fire, and that is how we will find the difficult ones. Ladies and gentlemen, it was like organizing a supper party where the guests were all food critics. And one of them only eats gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free food. Anyways, I had 2 options. One was to hide behind my laptop screen and pretend to have an accidental Zoom froze moment. The second was to actually step up, facilitate a group discussion to bring everyone together. Naturally, I chose the heroic part. But let's be real. I did have an accidental Zoom freeze moment just to catch my breath. I called in for a focused group discussion. No presentations, no charts, no columns, but just a room full of people. And I said one ground rule. I said, we are here to not protect the preferences of people. Rather, we are here to protect the candidate experience. The moment I uttered those words, as if I had actually given them a secret password, and suddenly everyone was ready to listen to me. That's where the magic happened. One by one, everyone spoke. It was like watching Avengers finally realizing that they all are in the same team. A recruiter. Let's call him Sharad. He stood up, he raised his hand and said, you know, I've got to admit this. We are sending the interview email invites way too quickly. Candidates aren't prepared. It's harming our response rate. There was a collective gasp in the room. The quick responders were beginning to worry about their lives. A sourcer raised her hand. Let's call her Dikshita. She stood up, she raised her hand and said, you know what? I am with Sharad on this. Our response rate has been really slow. We are sending the email invites really quickly. Candidates are sometimes not even comprehensively aware about the competencies of the round. They sometimes feel that they have applied for the wrong job. Ladies and gentlemen, I could see the expressions on the hiring managers' faces turning from, let's just get them here, from to, oh, this is something more difficult than I comprehended. Then it was the turn of the hiring manager. Let's call him Kashyap. He stood up. Now, Kashyap had been known for his procrastination in submitting his feedback in the portal, because of which candidates were kept on the eggshells. Because of his procrastination, he stood up. He said, I've been dropping a ball here. I know that I'm giving the feedback. After a week, candidates are waiting. It's embarrassing. Everyone started to have a laugh in the room. You know why? Because he admitted what he was doing. Last but not the least, the most fast-paced individual in the room started to speak. Let's call him Vivanshu. He stood up and said, I get it. The candidate experience is hampering. We are not able to deliver well. We are sending the interview invites way too quickly, and we should be harnessing and garnering the candidate experience rather than just sending the invites way too quickly. Meeting got over, went out. Do you realize what was happening in this meeting, ladies and gentlemen? As a leader, when I said the goal of the meeting, that the goal of the meeting was not to protect the preferences of the people, but to protect the candidate experience, that's where the magic happened. And do you suss any kind of compromises in this situation? Or was it a consensus? Exactly. You know, magic happens when as a leader, you are just stepping into a room and you are able to not just force everyone to agree on a point, but rather make everyone feel heard, respected, at the same time, make everyone reach to a common consensus. Believe you me, it's the feeling far better than having a double shot of espresso. That is the purpose. As a leader, it's not about for you to make your group reach a compromise. There is a large difference between compromise and consensus. When you are compromising, some of the people in the room will feel dejected, not heard, not valued, not acknowledged. But when you are actually reaching the ground consensus, that is when you are able to influence decision making as a leader. That was the purpose. That was the idea. And that is how I depict myself as a leader. Back to the team. Thank you.
Let's have a 1 minute of silence, and all the members and guests can give the feedback to the speaker. All right, now it's a wonderful speech to Master Bhavesh, and I must say that you have a great skill. You must be in the easy team of our eloquence so that we can reach some consensus instead of having a argument. With this, we now move on to the second speaker of the day, that is Toastmaster Dikshita. And before calling her, let me ask her evaluator to come and share the speech objective.
Hi, everybody. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Dikshita. So I would be evaluating her on spontaneity, speech clarity, and how did she improvise her speech. I also will analyze her communication style as to which communication style fits her the best. The path is effective coaching, project is 2, level is 2, and the title is Toastmasters. Looking forward for a very interesting speech. Toastmaster Dikshita.
Toastmaster Dikshita. Toastmasters. Toastmaster.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm here to define level 2 project 2 speech, and the purpose of my speech is understanding the communication style. So before joining Toastmasters, I was under the impression that if I join Toastmasters, I'll be confident and I'll be able to speak on any topic for hours. After joining a couple of sessions, I realized it's not only about the communication skills, it also emphasizes on the leadership skills, managing team, being a team player, as well as discipline. So finally, I enrolled Toastmasters. And here comes the surprise. I have no clue after joining Toastmasters, I have to complete levels. So basically, to complete the pathway, I have to complete 5 levels and I have to give speeches. So before joining Toastmasters, I had a very drafted mindset. Before joining Toastmasters, I had a drafted mindset for meeting somebody. So supposedly I meet somebody, then I have a structured speech on my mind and which I would play on and on. Supposedly, today I'm meeting Sharad. I would say, hey Sharad, how are you?
Hi, Dikshita.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good. So what do you do, Sharad?
I'm a sales analyst in Accenture.
Oh, all right. And where do you put up?
Gurgaon.
Okay. All right, let's see you then. Bye.
Okay.
So you can see that my conversation is quite short and it's within the defined lines. So let's dive into the communication styles that has been posted in the pathways. So if I have to ask Vishal, why should I join Toastmasters? Vishal would say, Toastmaster is a great platform. You should definitely join to improve your communication skills. Especially in our club, there are different members from different walks of life. There are members who are in colleges. There are experienced members who are in Toastmasters for more than 2 years. And there are seasoned Toastmasters who've been part of Toastmasters for more than a decade. So if you join Toastmasters, it will definitely gonna improve your communication skills. But you should join our club. Reason being, you are a confident speaker. But there are some areas you can improve. But definitely after joining Toastmasters, I can assure you that you will ace it. So this is basically a supportive kind of communication where the person has made the other person at ease and actually has put across his or her point in a very positive manner. If I ask Sharad, being the president, Why should I join Toastmasters? Sharad would say Toastmasters is good, but it is great because you'll be able to build connections. You'll have long-lasting networks. You'll be able to work on your personal and professional needs. So this is a perfect example of direct communication, where the person is goal-oriented and he doesn't believe in beating around the bushes. Let's move to the third kind of communication. If I have to ask Amir Khan, why should I join Toastmasters? Amir Khan would say, Toastmasters, great. Basically, you can work on your communication skills. No. You can work on your leadership skills. There are levels, pathways, projects, and you can bag awards. But look at the bigger picture. Why do you want to consider the small awards, individual awards? No. Focus on the club awards. So basically, this is a form of analytical form of communication where the person is task-oriented, systematic, and he had a very pre-notion idea of a particular structure. Now let's look into my kind of communication style. Before being the VP education for Eloquent, if somebody asked me, Dikshita, why should I join Toastmasters? It'd be very sweet and simple. Join Toastmasters, work on your communication skills, that's it. But after joining VP education, I think most of the people have noticed also, my communication skills have become very interactive. I will push each and every individual pick up roles. This will not only help you to build your communication, but it will build your confidence. It will actually help you to work in different areas of life. Trust me, this has helped me in Toastmasters, as well as in other areas of life. So if you want to assess your communication skills, either you join Toastmasters and complete your pathways, or you join Toastmasters and take up different roles. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dikshita. Let's take a 1 minute of silence and all the members and guests can share their feedback to Dikshita.
अभी आपको बाय एक बोर्ड पर चाहता हूँ अच्छा वो इन जाती है वो डालना और बंदे करना you can your hands like
So we are back now, and coming to the topic theme of the today's meeting, that is inflation. And we know that inflation, everybody understood it. Everybody understood it like the hidden things which are not seen clearly in the picture, like how things are getting same and how things are priced so very deep. Now the thing is something that is called maybe types of inflation you can say, but that is called aspirational inflation. And what is it? Like my desire to live a better life. This is the thing which everybody wants to like earning, or maybe they want to live a better life. So for that, our expenses are never be the same what we are having right now. So when we are making our goal, our fire numbers, or maybe retirement corpus, then we must have a think in our mind that what is all about this aspirational inflation. Because I would tell you that would not be the same as government prescribed inflation number. As if you see in within 3 years, if my living expense is getting doubled, that means percentage of 26%. So if you see our 26 percentage instead of 7 percentage, there's a huge difference. But I know that it's like a momentum thing. It's not always be 26%, but it's not always be 7%. They always a step ahead than the normal inflation rate, that is we are saying 6 to 7%. And to cope up with this, we always have a thing in a picture in a mind that this inflation needs to be thinking like our expenses, our way of living a life, how we are living it, and basis on that we should calculate our inflation percentage. And for this, I have a best example which I'm using for myself, and that is gold. If you see the rate of gold 50 years back in 1975, you will be shocked to know that it's only cost 540 rupees.
1 kg.
No, 10 grams. But can you tell me what's the price right now for 10 grams?
Somewhere around 80.
No, it's like near about 1 lakh only. It's 95, 98. It's fluctuating little bit because of Trump and the tax issues, but it's near about 1 lakh. So you see the difference, how in 50 years prices goes high from 540 rupees to 1 lakh. This is the thing which because of inflation only. And if you see the percentage, it is coming about near about 10.5%. So if we have an inflation rate of 10.5%, it would be reached to 540 to 1 lakh in 50 years of time. So if you are according to me, if you are calculating your investment according to the rate of return of gold, setting gold as a bar benchmark, so that it would be like anything above or upper on it, it will be a real growth. Are you getting me on this?
Yes.
That's like you can say keep it a flat 10%, and then you can say it like yes, above and par on it, yes, we are getting return on our investment, and below that we are still just be a victim of corporate. With this, I would like to call upon the Toastmaster of the day for the meeting for the table topic section, for the impromptu section. And let's call upon the Toastmaster Shivam for.
And now the fun begins. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I often consider the table topic session as one of the most interesting things. It basically reflects our daily routine. In a daily routine, we tend to fight that impromptu stimulus, situations we are not prepared for. I'll just tell you the basic flow for a table topic session. In a regular session, I, the table topics master, will be providing you with some topic, and you just have to play it by the ear and express your thoughts, your ideas, what you know about the topics within 1 to 2 minutes. For today's session, I've added a little bit spice to it. Everything remains the same. For today's session, you have to either talk for the topic or against it. And the moment I say switch, you have to go the other way around. For example, let's take a quick example. Suppose I'm talking about social media. I'm talking about the goods of the social media, how it is impact, how it adds value to my life. The moment I say switch, I will start talking about the not so good of the social media. So with that being said, any doubts? Or we are good to go? Yeah. So who's going to come first? Who is going to be my first volunteer? Vanshu, want to try? Please. So Toastmaster Vibhanshu, the topic for you is books or ebooks. I repeat, Toastmaster Vibhanshu, books or ebooks. You can start by talking for the motion or against it. Over to you.
Leaders are the leaders. We have heard everywhere. And if I talk about me, I started reading books 5 years back when I had no, I was trying to develop new hobbies to gain knowledge and understanding. So initially I was just bringing books. I was ordering books from Flipkart and Amazon, and still I do it. And till now I have so many books and I have read so many books now. So with my experience, having a physical book is very helpful because we doesn't have that much of distraction. When we are on cell phone or when we are using our laptop or tablet, we get so many ads. We sometimes stuck in some other things, like our mind keep on thinking about searching something on Google or yeah. So when we are using ebooks, as I said, that when we are using ebook, we will have some kind of distractions. We have the smartphone and all, but we know that our mind can wander here and there, and we don't know that when we shift in different direction. And with ebooks, also there's one more challenge that in ebooks you will see there are so many categories. Like you know that you have to Kindle subscription. So I have seen in Switch. For the books, yeah. What about books? Yeah. So if I talk about the good thing about having ebook, you can travel anywhere. Like you don't have to carry the burden of carrying 50 books or 60 books. And right till now I have so many books physically, but now I'm focusing on ebooks because I want to carry my smartphone and whenever even I'm in office, I love to read it. So that's what I do. Thank you, Toastmaster Himanshu. So, who is next in the queue? Maybe guest. Yes. Anybody from the guest side? Rhythm, you want to try?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible and visible as well. Now, the topic. The topic for you, guest Rhythm. Work-life balance is a myth. To be Toastmaster Rhythm, work-life balance is a myth. Over to you.
Yeah. So when COVID started, so before that, we had no concept of work from home. But when COVID started, all of the sudden things come to standstill, and we had people working from home. And earlier there was this conception that when you work from home, when you do traveling and all, we waste a lot of our time during travelings and all. But when we start working from home, initially it felt like we are getting better work life balance, because we have more time now. We can do our work, and at the same time we can easily switch over to household, other things. We can spend time with our family, and we can spend time on our hobbies. So work life, sorry.
You have to speak against.
So now
Against it.
Against
Okay. So although that was good, but as things progressed, you know, people start realizing that when you are working, work should be something like when you're working on things, it should be something like you are liking what you are doing. And when you are doing it with that mindset, you all of the sudden work and life work does not, you know, work and life and work and happiness can go together. Because when you get happiness from the work, you can actually like when you get happiness from the work, you can also spend more time in the work, and at the same time you can be happy. You can spend quality time with your family, you can do a lot of things as well. So
Now for work
for
from.
okay, so for yeah so I have to speak for work and life balance, right? Yeah. So work life balance is very important, because there are instances, right, when you're stuck on some work, and when you're stuck on some work, you could not complete it for multiple hours. But when you are like when you focus, you can complete it in very short time. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to be Toastmaster Rhythm. Now, who is next in the queue? Ramesh. Toastmaster. Would you like to try? Toastmaster Dikshita. The topic for you is Earth is flat. Toastmaster Dikshita, Earth is flat.
Change the topic. Very serious.
You have to say like for the motion or against it. Why Earth is flat?
Why are you stubborn? I have nothing to say. Change the topic.
Okay.
She was scared.
Okay. Toastmaster Dikshita, another topic for you is manager a guardian. Manager a guardian.
Your expressions are innovation. You don't have to say anything.
So when I joined my first job, my manager was actually very nice. She actually groomed me because I joined as a recruiter and I didn't have any clue about my job. I thought like I'm basically calling people and asking them, are you looking for a job? Like it's a very stupid question if you see. But when I started working with her closely, I realized the importance. Like it's not about the job, but you're doing actually your job as well. Because you are actually telling people about the openings. You're actually educating yourself, you're working on your communication skills, and you are meeting different kind of people.
Switch.
I don't think manager are guardian because there are managers who act like an authoritarian. They will actually throw and expect people to work beyond 5 p.m. because one of my manager was like that. He was like crazy. Okay, I have to finish. Even if my work is done by like 4 o'clock, he will expect me to stretch every day beyond 5 p.m. So I don't think so. Okay, but my manager was very sweet and sound because she made me clear my path. And eventually, when I started working as a recruiter and then I moved to the next level, she told me that instead of being a recruiter, why didn't you start managing team and why did you start grooming other people? So I started grooming people when I was in my, like I completed like 2 or 3 years. I started grooming people. I had like 1 or 2 people always in my team. So that way I started grooming and I learned team management at a very early stage only because of her. But
Switch.
And this manager of mine was like, oh, I must say this, okay, because he was like going on and on the benefits of stretching every day. Like, how can you stretch every day? Like, you have your own personal things also to look after, right? So I used to curse him every day, like, it's okay. But then every day it's like, come on, I have my own life. I understand you don't have a life, but at least I have a life. So I don't think so managers are guardians are evil.
good to hear the both sides of the story. Guardian as a manager, as a guardian, and manager as yeah.
Thank you so much.
As a person wearing a mask of a good person. So, who is next for the session? Please come. Toastmaster Bhavesh, the topic for you is good things are for free. I repeat, good things are for free. Toastmaster Bhavesh, over to you.
Thank you. Easy. You come again.
Next one.
We all are living in NCR. Breathing the air. It's a good thing, right? Air is supposed to be good. It is sustaining our life. Isn't this for free?
No.
We are having water of hologram, which sometimes smells like eggshells or sometimes smells like rotten eggs in the morning. It's sustaining our life. It's a good thing, right? It's for free of cost. Good. But is the air and the water which is prevalent where we are sustaining our life good, or are we actually spending more money to buy an air purifier, to buy an RO to get the clean supply of air and to also get the clean supply of water? Are good things really for free? Perhaps not. I think we need to actually look at the bigger picture, whether we as individuals are attaching our sentiments of good and bad on things, whether it's not about the monetary benefits, it's not about the cost attached to them. I think it is always about how we are feeling about those articles or those items. Good things, the ability of your heart to love, the ability of spreading joy, smiles, and kindness. Isn't that free of cost? Isn't that the single most oldest and the simplest emotion known to mankind? It is actually for free. Back to you, TPM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavesh. I do consider the topic to be a little bit above, not easy one. So who is next? Yeah, please come. Perform well. Let's be yourself, not to be.
Give him the tough topic.
So Toastmaster Saurabh, yeah. Online classes. It's very easy. Toastmaster Saurabh. Online classes, over to you. Online class is very simple. You can wear shorts and sit about the camera, eat your aloo paratha, lassi, and you can off the camera, ma'am. Saurabh, where are you? You can just switch off the camera and just switch off the mic and don't listen. You can do
Against.
Online camera is really shitty. You can't meet up with your friends. You can't gossip with your friends in class, between the class. But this is the I think forget some word. But I think this is a very worst thing, because you don't have friends. You have to sit alone with your camera and laptop with sofa. That's I miss. I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I know. No issues. There are always room for mistakes. But the thing is, the moment you make it. So who's going to be the next speaker?
Prince, would you like to try?
Prince would like to try? He's not responding. Yes, Prince, would you like to try?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I'm good for today. Thanks for asking. I won't be, I won't be speaking today.
Anyone else? Pranav, want to try? Yeah. Toastmaster Mrinal. Privacy is a myth. Toastmaster Mrinal, privacy is a myth. Over to you.
Privacy is a myth because in this world of social media where everything is open, where you want to show it off to the world as to where you are, what are you doing, what are you up to, with whom you are, what you want to do in your life. There, privacy is a myth these days. Privacy is not even there because we want to show it off in a way that everybody wants to know us better because we are in that insecure zone in our life where we want to show it to the world as to what are the possessions that you have, what you want to do in your life, what you want to show off to the world so that world think that you are something in this world.
Switch.
Privacy, but especially during the times when social media embarks upon a lot of people who wants to show it off. I'm the one who is quite imbibed in myself because of the simplicity that I carry. Not on social media, not on any of the channels. It's just that the Toastmaster is one of the place where they want to show me off to the entire world by putting it on the YouTube. So, privacy is a myth? No, I don't think so. But yes, privacy has been taken for granted. Yes, it has been taken for granted because privacy is one thing which should never be there. Because privacy is a word which happens only for people who wants to stay in a private life. But today's world, where you want to show it off to the entire nation, why you want to stay private? And we have so many examples right there in front of in social media where the privacy has been hampered. We have the example of Ranveer Alapadia, where he wanted to show it off to the entire world as to what her parents were up to. So taking that into account, make sure that you take care of that privacy because this might look like a topic which is funny, but it is very important to make sure to kind of penetrate and percolate into the intricacies of privacy and make sure you do good in your life. Thank you.
Toastmaster Mrinal, you handled it very well. Namaste. Yeah. Who is going to be next? We have quite some topics. Suresh, would you like to try? Or Toastmaster Kashyap? Kashyap wants to try. I've got an easier one for you. The easiest of all. And it's already been revealed, I guess.
Yeah, what is it about?
Earth is flat.
Oh.
Earth is flat? No.
The earth is flat. Toastmaster Kashyap. The earth is flat.
Interesting, go for it. Well, the floor is flat. Huh? So does the earth feels flat only. They say that the earth is round, but we always walk on a flat surface. Even when you go on a boat, or even when you go on a flight, you feel that you are in a flat surface. I don't think that the world is like goal. Huh? Because if it was goal, I would be like running on a treadmill. The earth is also flat again. Why is life so flat? Huh? It should be like, switch. Is the earth really flat? Is it? I don't feel so because when I go in these cabs, you see a lot of bumps. Huh? So I feel that the world is not just flat. It's just like a triangle. It feels like a triangle sometimes. When I go in these bikes and all that, you have these bumps like this. Huh? So it feels like it's not flat.
Huh? Is it really flat?
Switch.
Earth is very flat, very boring. Yeah. Sometimes we just don't know what we are doing.
Like
Huh?
your flat.
Yeah? It's so flat. Huh? Even like, when you go to sleep, it's like flat. You can also sleep in the ground, flat. I mean, is it really flat?
Switch.
Yeah. Lot of jumps in life in Earth, huh? Like it's especially when you go into the swimming pool, you have to jump. I thought it was flat. You just can walk on the water, but you just jump inside. Huh? Why is it? Even the hills. Oh my God, it's so tiring. It feels like I'm going escalating on a triangle or something, or some line that is, drawn vertically. Man. So I wish the Earth was, goal even when we move around. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Very well said, Toastmaster Kashyap. You not only expressed it, but actually made us feel like the Earth is flat or Earth is not flat. It is said all good things must come to an end so that more good things should come. With that being said, I hand over the mic and the stage to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day, over to you. Thank you.
A wonderful table topic section. I thought that everyone would enjoy it, and maybe I think that we have a switch button in our life. Whenever we sail through the bad times, we can switch it to the good one. But yeah, I said Toastmaster Shivam for some of time made us like, yes, there is something called switch button. With this, we'll get back to our theme of the day, that is inflation and deflation. And as we say inflation, it's deflation just opposite to it. But anybody would like to say which is more bad? Is it inflation or deflation for an economy? Inflation. Anybody else have any other opinion? Online audience? I think everybody agrees deflation.
Supply. Both.
Both. Okay. You want to say something?
It depends upon the situation and the context.
Okay. Okay. Would you like to explain it why deflation is more bad thing than inflation?
I mean, if you actually look at the entire economy from a holistic approach, when there is an increment in supply and less demand, the money or the cash flow is not happening in the market, because of which you can actually see a lot of people losing their jobs as well. Unemployment also spikes up. The sustenance, I think, the basic things of life, which is actually keeping a human being sustained, also go for a toss, if I may say so. So I think if there is less demand and the cash flow is not happening in the market, it is actually harmful for the labor market as well and for the people at the top as well. So I think because of all these reasons, I feel that it's more harmful than inflation.
Yes, you are correct. Deflation is bad for an economy. Basic reason, as Bhavesh told, that demand goes low, so that unemployment rate goes high. And see what happens when unemployment rate goes high. Then people may lose job. Company may don't have sales target. They are decreased. So the first line of people that hits that their employment, companies lay off as much as they can to be in profit, and that is a time when you see that deflation is much more worse than inflation. And in our history, if you remember, 1929 is the time when the world see the deflation, and it is also called as the depression in the world, the Great Depression. And on 29th of May 2019, 1919, it's called a Black Day as well, because the stock market crashes and is the starting of the Great Depression, that is deflation. and almost every country hits by it. No, none is the exception. And it took 10 years to recover from it. 10 years, and even employment rate goes high up to 50%. Imagine if 3-4% goes employment rate goes, so market happens very swing happen in the market, and if it is of 50%, then we can't just imagine the scenario how devastating it is. So deflation is anyway is worse than case of inflation, and in inflation it's depend on people to people how they perceive it, whether it's good or not. But yes, if it is in limited control, then it's good for the economy, as the more the demand, more the companies are making goods and products, and that is good for the economy. With this, we would like to go on with the next section, that is the evaluation section of the day, and that is to be done by the Toastmaster Mrinal. So, we can talk about Toastmaster.
Thank you, everybody. What a session. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, it was a delightful array of speeches we have just witnessed. Each speaker brought their own flavor, be it an inspiration, humor, and depth, and painted their message on the canvas of our minds. Now, we started around 11:45 a.m. Meeting should have had started exactly at 11:30. It was a 15-minute delay, just because possibly we haven't planned it better. So the next time when we are here, let's plan it better and let's start the meeting exactly at 11:30 so that we will respect each other's time. Coming on to the speakers, our speakers demonstrated not just courage, but craft. From storytelling techniques to vocal variety, from well-placed pauses to purposeful body language, tonight was a celebration of growth of action. As evaluators, it's now our privilege to hold up the mirror, not to criticize, but to reflect back the brilliance and, yes, the areas where we can polish and shine even better. So I would like to call upon my tag team to start with the timer. First to call the evaluator.
Yes.
So I would like to call upon Mr. Suresh Sen to evaluate the speech from Bhavesh. Toastmaster Suresh Sen.
Thank you so much, Journal Evaluator. So let me start by congratulating Toastmaster Bhavesh on successfully completing project 1 of level 3. That's a significant milestone, and it was a fantastic speech. I completely loved it. To share with you all, and of course you all have heard that right from the beginning, he started like to hooking the audience with a question: have you ever been in a room full of people with different perspectives? So everyone, get it hooked, thinking that instantly the different perspective may spark conflict. But then again, there was the thing that he led in a beautiful way, wherein he set his expectation clearly, like let's prefer people interest over candidates. That's how he set his expectation and set the ground rules to lead the conversation and to go on to the consensus in a better way. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Bhavesh. I could observe that you have demonstrated excellent hand gestures, excellent eye contact, and what I was looking for, excellent leadership skills that you demonstrated by setting the ground rules. You took names of the people. That shows your genuine way of engaging people, and develop that interest in them to hearing you and keep them engaged throughout the meeting. So excellent facilitation skills, and I can see that you delivered this speech within the timeline, so kudos on that as well. So overall, it was a fantastic speech. You surpassed my expectation, and once again, congratulations. I look forward for many inspiring speeches from you coming forward. And I would just suggest on one thing, that if you can, improve on the space usage, that I could see that you are just on the one side of the stage. Maybe if this room is little bigger, but I can see there is enough space to use the stage, so that can be incorporated. Overall, I enjoyed it thoroughly. Back to journal evaluator.
Indeed, the speech from Mahavesh stood out. It was a beautiful speech. We got to learn a lot of things. And thank you, Suresh Saini, for giving a nice evaluation to Mahavesh. We would like to take this opportunity to take into all the considerations that you shared, and will be giving a much, much improved and a better speech next time. So next is the speech from Dikshita, which I would be evaluating. So I would call myself on the stage to evaluate. So right, today we just didn't hear a speech. We actually felt it. The speaker was not just delivering content, but she was sharing an experience, blending that heartfelt story of the Toastmasters into a very clear intent and confident delivery. So let's consider some of the things that stood out beautifully. First, she had a very clear beginning, middle, and the very end. It was easy to follow, and every part connected very beautifully and smoothly to the next one, like pieces of a well-planned journey. The transitions in the speech was easy to follow. They felt very natural, and the message in the speech was never lost. What impressed me the most was her ability to paint those vivid pictures by giving that example of Vishal, of supportive communication, Sharad, of building that communication that did not only made it easy for the audience to understand, but also made it easy for the audience to relate to. Then the speaker used her voice very effectively, changing the tone, pace, and volume just at the right moments. Whether it was a punchy line of humor, including the example of Amir Khan, or it was a silent moment of reflection, the vocal variety made the speech come alive. She had a back pain, but still she moved on the stage. She owned the stage. Her gestures, everything felt pretty natural, and that kind of kept us engaged throughout. Now, let me come on to some of the recommendations which will definitely take the speech to the next level. There were parts in the speech which were funny, but actually that went a bit too quickly. A pause for a second would have made it land those moments even better. So let's consider this, that silence, if used well, becomes very powerful. Asking a question to the audience would have made the connection with the audience even deeper. So when many a times audience go haywire, and since it was a 5 to 7 minute speech, a question could have had been asked, so that when the audience go haywire, they come back into the story. So that increases the involvement of the audience. Now, ending actually worked, but a strong final line, it can be a call to action or a question or a clever link back to the opening, would have definitely made the speech an unforgettable one. So all in all, the speech showed not just talent, but growth. The speaker has a very strong foundation, and with just a few tweaks, she is on her way to become an unforgettable speaker. Bravo. I'm looking forward for the next one. Thank you. All right. So me be the general evaluator. Let's move forward and call my tag team to have a look as to how did the meeting progress, especially from the timer perspective. I'd like to call upon the Bhanshu, the timer, to share. Over to you, Bhanshu.
So first of all, I would like to say thank you everybody for concluding the meeting on time. And everything is going fine, but I can see that there are few people who took, some people took less time and some people took more time. So if I talk about Toastmaster Bhavesh, he took 7 minutes and 28 seconds, which is also good. For other people, if I talk about for impromptu speech, for Minna took 2 minutes 27 seconds. And for rhythm, he took 2 minutes and 18 seconds. For Bhavesh, he took 2 minutes and 5 seconds. And for the speech evaluation section, for Minna took 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tiger. So most of the people look like they were on time, exactly on time. So next, I would like to call upon Kashyap, our counter.
Okay, so my report. First, we'll go with the prepared speech. Bhavesh. No fillers detected. No repeated words. Absolutely flawless. Dikshita. Used R 6 times and but once. However, there was a good attempt at using pauses in between. Keep it up. T-Mod. Fillers and repeated words detected. Couldn't keep account. Table topics. Toastmaster Vibanshu used about twice, or 5 times, along with so and like. Also had a few repeated phrases. With little more pausing, your points will land even better. You're almost there. Then, guess rhythm. A busy list and was used multiple times, along with like, you, can, actually, and quite a few repeats like you can. TM Dikshita, actually and like were favorites today. Both showed up twice. Also few hours. That's it. Then TM Bhavesh again. Strong use of pauses. Minor fillers like right and but. Solid control. Team Saurav. A few ands, you knows, I think, but with no pauses. Team Renal. Quite a few becauses and some R's, but good. TM Kashyap. Since I gave the speech today, might have been a flat line with no fillers, or maybe a roller coaster with zigzags. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Evaluator. Mrinal used filler words very minimal. Suresh Saini, sorry, I'm so sorry. Suresh Saini, who I never made a note of this. Thank you.
Thank you. Now is the time to call upon Aryan for the grammarian role. He will be sharing with us the better words used today, the better phrases used today. And let's see what he has to share. Please.
Yeah. So, good afternoon. So let's talk about the word of the day. The word of the day, beatified, was used by Toastmaster Sharad once. And the phrase of the day, to play it by the ear, was used by the Toastmaster Shivam once. And regarding some good thoughts, good phrases, and good words used. So Toastmaster Bhavesh, the phrase that you used, it was not about people's preferences, but about protecting or enhancing candidates' experiences. So that kind of added a gravitas to your speech. So thanks for the kudos. And Toastmaster Dishita, the phrases used like beating around the bush, or I missed something about crafted mindset. So that was really good. and they use the words like authoritarian regarding that. So that was good. And Toastmaster Milan, at the end of the speech, some words he used regarding privacy that was the percolate and intricacies of the life. So that was really good.
Thank you, Fabian. And this was a pretty quick one and a elaborated one as well. So with this, thank you for giving me this role for a general evaluator. It was an experience for me, and with some basic tweaks around timings and a bit of here and there, I think we can have a perfect meeting the next time. So kudos to the speakers, kudos to the table topic master who has organized it really well. The switch thing actually worked. Thank you for that. Let's give it back to the presiding officer. Thank you.
Please round of applause for Toastmaster Vinal for taking the role. Now, coming back to the topic, but before that, I would like to say that please vote for your favorite role players. There is a link in the members and the guest group where you can vote for your favorite role player. Moving further to the conclusion for the theme of the day, that is inflation and deflation. I would like to say that maybe you are thinking why I'm choosing this topic and we are all discussing on this. The reason being is like this inflation makes a huge difference, and if we are not able to see it with the right perspective, we may lose in the long term. And with this, I would like to play a game of time again. And here I would like to ask you a question, but before that, I'll tell you the rule of 72. I think all of them would know about it. So it's a thing like if you want to know in how much time your money get doubled, you just need to divide it by 72, the number of periods. It will give you the rate of interest. So it will give you the time in which your money get doubled. But since it is a shortcut, so don't expect a correct response, and every shortcut has its limitations as well. So I would like to tell you its limitation as well. It will give you correct result for interest rate up to, if you are looking for a interest rate number from 5 to 15. Going beyond that, your result may vary up to a large extent. Yes.
So I just have one question.
Yes.
Since we were talking about inflation and deflation, would you be able to suggest an asset class where we must invest at this point of time where we are on inflation? Which would be the best asset class to invest so that in the coming time we would be able to beat the inflation much better? Any suggestions if you would have had?
There are so many asset class where we can invest it and we can beat the inflation. So we need to learn for each and every class how to invest in them. There are mutual funds, there are stocks, there are bonds as well where we can invest our money. There are asset class like real estate as well. There are asset class like business, or we can generate our passive income to beat that inflation. So each and every asset class require our learning, especially to think it how we can invest it, because every class can beat inflation. But the thing is, are we doing it properly? So it's very much important to learn how to invest and beat the inflation. That would be my conclusion for the day. But again, thanks for putting up this question. So I'm saying it once again that asset class are there who can beat the inflation, but we need to learn how to invest properly. So again, we are going in this topic like rules of 72. So everybody knows about this rule. Is anybody who still don't get it, this rule? So if I told you like rate of interest is 10%, then may I know in how much money my money get doubled? In how much years? Rate of interest is 10%. In how much years my money get doubled? You just need to tell me the year using this rule of 72. I think like
13.8 years.
no, I think I would explain you again this rule of 72. This rule of 72 simply gives you the years in which your money get doubled. You just divided 72 by the number of rate of interest.
7.2 years.
Yes. Everybody on this with me?
Yeah.
So now we play a game of time in which, as I say 10 I say because 10 is the, we are keeping the rate of inflation is 10% throughout the next 50 years. So if you have 1 CR today, now tell me what's the value after 50 years.
Once here today, what's the value after?
50 years. It may be a inverse thing to do, but you can do it at your home because you may need take time to doing it. But the thing is, while I'm telling you this, you may shock by seeing the result, like what is 1 crore today and what is the value after 50 years going down the line. So you must do it at your home and see what the result is. So this is the main thing, like why we should do investing. And I must say that we are doing investing by putting our money in bank. So first of all, that is not investing at all. In today's era, it will not be considered as investing because keeping a 7% of rate of savings rate of interest, it's not only just 7% is the inflation. Apart from the tax you have to pay on your income you generated or profit you generated from FD, it's like 30% slab rate. Then again, it's less to 4.2 to 4.5%. That makes you are only losing money by keeping your money in FD. So, but again, it's not like that. I'm not saying that people don't do FD. We do FD. I also myself do FD, but it's again a different meaning of doing it. We need to know why we are doing it because FD gives the best liquidity that any other asset class can give. So we should know to educate ourselves for each and every asset class. What are its benefits? What are its risks? So more the risk, more the returns. So with this, I would like to hand over myself again to the presiding officer for the meeting, and that's a conclusion. I hope everybody is done with the voting part. Let me see if can everybody share their hand if they are done with the voting. Yes. Prince, have you done with the voting? You are on mute.
So let me just do it right away.
Yes. Before that, let's take the feedback from our guest, Radhyam. Rhythm, would you like to share your feedback? How would you like the meeting today's? Any sort of improvement or you see?
Yeah, no, for me, like this was the first Toastmaster meetings, and it was like very perfect. The speeches that were there, like both the prepared speeches as well as the impromptu speeches, were like of very high standard, and I think there is a lot of learning and understanding between the group. So yeah, really liked how this meeting has gone.
Okay, thank you so much, Rhythm, for joining us today.
So where I can find the link to vote?
You can find this link in the guest group of NFA on WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay.
I have an announcement as well. So today we have a PQD training from our District 41. That is 2022 World Champion Speaker is coming up today and sharing his insight how to be a great speaker. So do join us at 7 p.m. today and register as well. The details are there in the members group already, and you can register it and join this session where Zim himself from Zimbabwe connecting us and share the insight.
Yeah, I'm done with the voting.
Yeah, would you please share your feedback as well?
Yeah, sure. So it was a good session, very well organized. speeches were good, and the way the moderator are managing this entire session, it was commendable. So yeah, looking forward to meet you more.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Now it's time to announce the result for the favorite role players today. Let me see who's all those are the winners for today's meeting. Okay, so first one is for the best auxiliary role player. This is among timer Vivanshu, our counter Kashyap, and grammarian Aryan. Any guesses? It's Kashyap. Thank you. Now the next is the best prepared speech for today's. This is between Bhavesh and Toastmaster Dikshita. Any guesses? It's clearly Toastmaster Bhavesh. And for the evaluator, best prepared speech evaluator, this is between Toastmaster Suresh and Toastmaster Mina. I don't think so. We need guesses. It's Toastmaster Mina. Now the best table topic speaker for today's. This is among Vivanshu, guest, Riddhim, Dikshita, Bhavesh, Saurabh, Mrinal, Kashyap. Any guesses? This is again a tie between Dikshita and Bhavesh. Huh? Yes.
What are you guys doing? Kashyap was a clear winner.
You just shake hands with each other. No. You are the
You're the presiding officer, so you should.
okay.
Shake
You
hands.
just also come.
I'll put a picture. Then I'll come and
I'll
take
take
a
a
picture.
picture.
So what?
Both hands should be.
Okay.
All the pose.
Thank you.
Now the last but not the least, best role player for the day. This is between myself, TMOD, table topic master, Shivam, and general evaluator Mrinal. Any guesses? Yes, it's me, obviously.
How will you shake hands with yourself?
Yeah, this education is there. Thank you everyone. That's we'll call for the day and see you next week and in the evening for the training as well.
About the party now.
Let me stop the YouTube live.
You're gonna select the listening mode.
Sure. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the wonderful session.
Online, we'll actually have a picture also.
Okay.